What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of The Long Dark, where we are going a-hunting. A-hunting we shall go, to quote the old song. We used to call that song To the Dump because my dad used to have to drive out to the dump all the time to throw away all of his construction materials. And so we kind of modified the words around and we turned it into a song of dump appreciation. And if there's one thing you know about Splattercat, it's that he appreciates a good dump. I used to love going to the dump as a kid. Like, it smells bad, but as a kid, there are few places as awesome as the dump. Like, there's treasure to be found everywhere at the dump. If you've never been to the landfill, you should totally do it. I promise you, though, it's going to smell really, really bad. But sometimes you find some really awesome stuff at the dump. Sometimes you just find, like, dead dogs and animals and stuff. It just sort of depends. You have good days, you have bad days. It's scavenging at its core. Let's have a look around. We need to find ourselves water, and we need to find ourselves some deer. And so today, I unfortunately have to apologize. Today is probably going to be more or less a filler episode in which we don't much accomplish anything new. I don't see any deer around, unfortunately. Oh, there's one right there. There always seem to be deer around in this location. I've been deer hunting a couple times, and I don't think I've ever even seen a deer. Now, my friends who are better at it have seen deer, and I've seen deer when I don't have a rifle, but deer seem to be really, really good at staying away from me when I have a gun, and so... Oh, good. There we go. We'll drop him right there. I've been having a lot of problems with my hunting rifle lately. I don't know if that's due to the fact that it degrades at a ridiculous rate. It's obviously not Israeli made or anything. Like, this gun is falling apart rapidly. I don't know what's up with this gun, but I've never seen a gun that after like 8 shots no longer works. It's got to be some kind of like gun from antiquity or something. It's like the only semi-automatic rifle from 1812 or something. I'm not really sure. This thing doesn't appear to want to work very well, and it degrades very, very quickly along with everything else in the game. But let's go ahead and apparently I can... People had told me I can not use a hatchet and get things, but it takes me longer, I guess. And since it's cold out, I want this to go quickly. And so let's go ahead and we're going to burn calories getting all the meat off this thing. We're going to get pretty cold and our condition is going to fall off, unfortunately. That can't really be helped right now. We have to get this done at the moment, and it looks like a storm actually blew in. Yeah, it's... Wow, minus 18 right now. Okay. We've got plenty of condition left, so I don't really see any reason that we can't work on some of this. I don't know what... We've got food left. Let's go back inside. We'll forage for some wood for a little while. That'll help us get our coldness back down. Then we'll eat ourselves a lunch. We'll get ourselves going. We'll make a fire because I've been spending some of my extra time being totally proactive, as though this entire situation... I don't know if this joke is going to work. Proactive is an action... It's for acne here in the United States. There's a medication called Proactive, and so I was going to make an acne-related joke about Proactive, but I don't know if that's something that they have globally, and so I have to be aware that people from all over the world are watching my videos, so sometimes my jokes are just going to fall flat. And so I said I was going to be proactive with this situation like it was made out of zits, and I don't know if that's going to work for everybody. So let me know if it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, well, then I guess we'll just have to live with it for right now. I should have... Did I leave that in my inventory? Let's see here. I tried to... Let's see. Reclaimed wood. It should be in here somewhere. Reclaimed wood, are you in here? Okay, so I must have dropped it somewhere. Oh, I put it on the floor right there. Okay, so let's grab reclaimed wood, and we'll also get the cedar firewood. Our fatigue is okay right now, and so what I want to do at the moment is let's eat first. So, oh my god, the camera's whipping all over the place. I must have not been doing my chores properly, and so it's decided to flagellate me. There are worse things. It could have decided to flatulate me, which would have been even worse, because then I would be smelly and offended instead of just tired and beaten. Let's see here. We need cooked venison, so I'll eat this nasty little piece for 183 calories right now. You would all inform me that I guess there's just a baseline chance for you to get food poisoning anytime that you eat meat from any animal. And so I suppose that's something we're going to have to watch out for. I will be eating the remainder of this meat in the hopes that it won't go bad. I'm going to try and have a big sitting right now where we can get this all done. And so first things first, let's go ahead and start off with the reclaimed wood. We've got a 56% chance to start it off right here. Do I have any... I have a fire striker. I don't know if that'll make my job easier. Yeah, let's use the fire striker then. The 66% seems okay. Let's go for it. And if we fail right here, then I guess we'll just throw a temper tantrum and flip the stove and just be like, no! Are you serious? God, this guy is the worst fire starter on earth. Like, this guy is functionally just... this guy, I don't know what is up with this dude. Like, did he grow up in a condo somewhere? Like, how do you, even in a condo, did you not have a fireplace? Like, seriously, it's not this difficult. It's really not this difficult. It's pretty easy to start a fire, actually, so I don't know what's wrong with this guy, but he seems to really have some severe handicaps when it comes to starting fires, and I don't know where he got that from. I'm I'm gonna blame it on one of his parents or something, because everybody should know how to start a fire at least somewhat decently. And there we go. So we've got more than enough time to work with all of this. Let's cook up the food. I'm going to try and get as much of this done during this sitting as we can. Water is a bigger concern than food right now because our calories are perfectly fine at the moment. A lot of this food may go bad before we get the chance to eat it too. That's the other problem, is every now and again, I have a particular family member who just randomly comes by with ridiculous amounts of groceries, and I keep telling them not to do that, and they keep doing it anyway. So maybe they'll see this video and they will not bring by, they just go bad. That's the problem. Is like, for example, the last time it happened, I had just bought groceries, and then the particular person, it's a nice thing to do, but they brought by another thing of groceries right after I had bought my own groceries, and I was like, okay, that's cool that you have excess groceries, but maybe take it to the, like, the soup kitchen down the street or something, because it's all just gonna go bad in my fridge. I don't have the space for it. Okay, so we've cooked up that. Let's go for 2.5 liters of water right now, and it was at 52, so that'll let us know how long it's gonna take us. It's gonna be really, really close. Okay, so we should be able to boil this off. Let's go for 2.5 right here. It's weird that you can't melt and boil and cook at the same time. I wish that you could, because this part, it looks like we've got a skillet and that we've also got ourselves a pan, and so we should be able to do both. Anyways, let's not waste our time here because this is going to drop us down really, really close. The boiling process doesn't appear to take as long as some of the other processes. Are we all out of fuel? That's going to be it for our fuel supply right now. So while we leave that sitting there, it sounds like we're getting a little bit tired. Oh, we're also thirsty, so maybe I should handle that at the moment. Got 3.8 liters of potable water, and so that's totally fine. I think that that need has been pretty much taken care of for the day. Yeah, so that should last us another couple days. I think what we need to do right now is let's spend a little bit of time. We're a little bit fatigued, but I'm going to eat some of this food here. And we're just going to scrounge up. I want to eat from the top of the list, or wherever the stuff that's going to go bad first. There it is. So let's eat that. Hopefully we don't get food poisoning right now, because we are on the clock at the moment for all of that to happen. We didn't find ourselves any, well, let's keep at it.
Drop some gear.
I don't want this to go out right now, and so let's add fire logs. Oh, the fire log does 3 hours. Great. That should give us plenty of time to cook this stuff off, so let's go for it. As much cooking as we can get done today, because I don't want to deal with it at all in the next couple episodes. I just want to be done with the cooking. And so when this gets down to about an hour and a half, or no, it was an hour and 52. So we've got time to cook maybe another one, maybe 2 more if we get super lucky. But I don't know. My rabbit's foot hasn't been vibrating or anything like that. It's been looking a little bit scrappy. So we might be, well, let's go for it. We should have the time to get this done without, yeah, that looks close. And so we'll do another 2.5, and that'll put us right at about the duration of our fire. I want to get all the venison done, but I just don't know that we'll be able to. So let's boil off the remainder of all this. I don't know how much non-potable we have at the moment. I might be counting this improperly. And yeah, our character is going to get tired. Do I have any impotable left? Or I'm sorry, yeah, unsafe. So we have 1 liter left. Let's try and boil that. I don't know if it'll get done before we run out of time. It'll be really, really close, but I'd prefer not to have the weight on me just running around with way too much water. So that's done now. Our fatigue should be looking pretty good at the moment. Yeah, it's looking good and red is what I meant by that. It's definitely looking inflamed. It's got a nasty coloration going on that denotes bad things are going to happen if I don't take care of it soon. So, I think we'll probably take a little nap right here. We've got 6.4 liters of water. That's 6 days worth of, well, I'll say 3 days worth of water if we're running around kind of exercising too much. We've got more than enough food. I don't actually know if we're going to be able to eat all this before it goes bad. So let's take a little nappy poo right now. I think like a 4-hour rest. It's currently 4 o'clock actually. So it might be better. Let's take a little rest right now. We'll take a 3-hour rest. That should put us closer to 7 o'clock, I think. 8 o'clock. Okay, so we're sitting at 8 o'clock now. But that bought us enough fatigue to where we can scrounge for wood from this location over the next little bit. So let's eat some food right now. We'll drink down on some water. I apologize for this being a total filler episode, but unfortunately these happen every now and again. And my audience seems to be very much split between 2 camps. The people that want to see me do everything and never edit anything out because they're suspicious, and rightfully so. They are cynical of my ability to survive, and so it has become my duty, giggity. Well, that's not a, ooh, why did I say giggity to that? Oh, God. Well, never mind then. I inverse giggity. That's right, giggity to the -1 power. There we go. I inverse giggity it, and I bring it back, and so now we are at a state of non-giggity, and then I shall say, heh, which is what I wanted because I said duty. And so let's forge some wood. We don't want to use our hatchet. That's a terrible idea. Let's forge for 3 hours. I think that'll work out for us, and that'll put us right around night time so that we can crash out for a nap or a good night's sleep, and it'll all be wonderful for us. Okay, so we got 6 reclaimed wood right there, and so I'm just going to drop that on the floor. And if I know my alphabetization, it's right there. So we'll go ahead and drop all, and that'll get us a little bit of weight back. We are exhausted at the moment, so unfortunately, it's going to be difficult for me to... Oh, we're at 30.46. Okay, so I think we're carrying around too much meat right now, so we'll have to ditch that somewhere downstairs, and then we'll cook it when the time comes. Actually, I don't know if I had wood laying on the floor on the other side. I may have just wasted a bullet. That is possible. I don't know. It's been a long time since I recorded the last episode, so we've got... Our current calories are actually fairly terrible. I guess we burned a whole bunch of calories. Let's get started. We'll eat that. Yeah, and he's... God, I don't know why... Why do they make chewing sounds so disgusting in every video game ever? Like, your character is totally uncouth. In every game ever, designers like... making all kinds of nasty noises. They do that, and I actually have to turn the sound off in DayZ. It disgusts me to that extent. I'm that picky about it. It just bothers me. Let's sleep till 7 a.m. We should be okay. I don't think we'll die of thirst in between here and there. We might. I mean, it could happen. I didn't check my thirst before I did this, so it might backfire. There is the possibility. Okay, we're good. 8 days, 17 hours, and 20 minutes. So our thirst actually was really close to critical right there. I almost screwed the pooch, and while the pooch has been looking at me in a sexual fashion, I don't engage in bestiality. That is not a conversation that I'm ready to have with you, Nerdcastle, so I'm going to back away from it right now and pretend like it never happened. Hopefully you're okay with this tactical retreat. Let's go for another 3 hours. Yeah, that seems about right. And 3 hours should put us right at the 8:40-ish mark. Or did I count wrong? I counted wrong. 9:20-ish. I don't know. I didn't look at the starting time, so I just had to guess by how fast it was moving. What I'm going to do right now is we're going to drop all of the meat over here, and I don't know if that affects how quickly it goes bad. It does look like it's going bad very, very rapidly. I'll eat that one real fast before it becomes unuseful to us. This stuff right here is going to be cookable tonight, but today we're going to go out and adventure, and so our weight is looking lovely. I don't know what's causing us to be so weighed down. I think it's probably the hunting rifle, and I'm terrified to take it anywhere, but the thing we need to do right now is we really, really, really need to go back and let me drop the hatchet too. There we go. We won't bury the hatchet, but we are going to drop it because... well, it's not time to make amends, but it's definitely time to ignore the problem. And so we will lay the hatchet down, which is halfway in between wielding the hatchet and burying the hatchet. And then we're going to go out, and I think I need to go back to the dam right now, because people had said that I had missed a knife over there. And so I think it's not a bad plan for us to swing on out to that region and see if possibly we had left the knife behind. And if we had, I apologize profusely. I didn't see it while we were there. We were in the dark. Do I have a lantern with me right now? H-I-J-I, unless it's down here. Well, I don't have a lantern with me, so unfortunately, that means I'm going to have to hustle on over here, and I guess we'll just use a match to illuminate our way, because we are sitting at like 90 matches, or some ridiculous amount of matches. We've got matches like a tennis player right now, and so I don't think we're going to have to worry about a shortage right there. You had all mentioned that running on the train tracks was a bad idea, too. I am going to sprint in between the locations between... Ooh, let me go back to the house first. I'm going to bring my bedroll with me in case we get caught out way over there in our scavenging location at the dam. But I wanted to see if there was a knife over there, so we're just going to meander a little bit today. I don't know if it's going to be fruitful or if this is going to be a giant waste of time. We've hit everything over there on the lake, so there's nothing to be concerned about there. People had mentioned that there's a big mountain that we can climb to the top of as well, and that there were some secret goodies there. I'm going to assume that this is the mountain that we can climb to the top of using some kind of deer trail or something, because there don't appear to be that many more mountains in the middle of the area that are actually large, so you there, come with me. Come with me if you want me to sleep on top of you. Okay, and so that's quite a bit different than if you want to live. It's an inanimate object, so I have to motivate it in other ways. Let's go ahead and refill our calories, too, while we're here. Calories. Calories. That sounds like a way to market calories to people, but make them more entertaining. Like, you could put, like, a little... You could put a cartoon kangaroo on the front of it, and it would be calories. And it would be something that, or a calories, sounds like something that somebody's tricking you into eating like a bad MRE or something. And so it's a ruse that is comprised of many, many calories. Let's go ahead and see if we can make it up this hill. I never actually thought about attempting it, but if we can get up here, it might be a fun, worthwhile adventure. I don't know if this burns out my fatigue. I will tell you as somebody who frequently hikes that if you end up in this situation, you will be tired very, very rapidly. I hate it when I end up hiking up sheer hills like this. It's called three-point climbing or three-point hiking, because if we get up to where it's this steep right here, and if it's made of, like, for example, if it's made of like runoff stone, or if it's made of float or like slate or anything like that, you're gonna have a really hard time getting up the side of the mountain. You may slip and fall down the remainder, and it gets ugly. Snow, I would assume, is equally as bad. Large sand dunes can be a major problem too if you're trying to hike with any sort of efficiency, and it will tire you out very, very rapidly. You will burn some calories that day. You will definitely burn some calories. Now it looks like we're getting up to the peak here already, and it looks like it's going to get too steep for us to continue our ascent. And so, ooh, this is getting a little risky over here. I hope we don't slip off the side of this. If I know this game, I should be able to circumnavigate the hill without falling, so long as I stay horizontal to the peak, or so long as I remain perpendicular to the peak of the crown of the mountain or whatever. But I don't see anything up here. People had mentioned that there might be something on top of the mountain, so I'll have a hasty little look around. But if we're hasty and we don't find anything tasty, I think that I might be hasty and go back down towards the bottom for more pasty goodies, because the meat gets pasty after a while. It gets a little bit nasty in my bag as we're running around throughout the tundra here. I don't see anything. There's some spots on the ground, but I don't think that they're... We might sprain our ankle going back down this mountain too if I do it too rapidly, so I'm going to go slow. I'm not going to sprint my way down this, but it doesn't look like we're actually going to find anything up here. It looks like there's one more ascent right here, and it should give me a bird's eye view of whatever's available. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get up here. There we go. And so we've made it up the mountain. This gives me a pretty good look, though, at the surrounding area. That mountain is just gorgeous right there. I love the... The hell was that? Is there a wolf on top of the mountain? That sounds like an old southern, like, hymn or something. I don't know. Maybe not. Wolf on top of the mountain. Let's have a little bit of a rotational look around here. So that's the edge of the map right there, that mountain range. And it looks like it runs pretty far off in that distance. So there may be a lot more that we haven't explored yet. So this, I was a little bit worried that we were on like our final couple episodes, but there may be more than enough for us to explore if we follow the edge of the map. I don't see, there's supposed to be a ranger's lodge or something on top of one of the mountains, and I'm guessing that it just hasn't popped in yet. Maybe off in that direction somewhere, like that mountain over there, but I'm not seeing it. It may not be made of any colorful colors, though, and all colors are colorful. Even like black and white are colorful in their own special and unique way. But people sort of consider those to be the bichromic or dichromic colors that don't count. People, if something's in black and white, they say it doesn't have color. Technically it does. It has black and white colors. You just don't count black and white as colors, so... Judgmental color artist you colorful artist hipster you, begin to include black and white in your calculations of color. Otherwise, they shall rebel against you. I hear a wolf, and I am glad that I brought the rifle. I don't want to... Oh, we sprained an ankle, unfortunately. I wasn't sprinting either, so that's bad. I brought painkillers with me, so it's nothing too terrible. We should be able to maintain. Let's make for... We'll make off this way, I guess. We'll make out for the dam. And if it is pleased with what it sees in our makeout session, I guess that we shall be inside of it shortly and we'll repair our sprained ankle. Unfortunately, I appear to have become afflicted with yet another... ankle-related injury, which is unfortunate.
I'm gonna need some first aid.
I understand you're going to need some first aid soon, but unfortunately, you're going to have to tough this one out, mate. We're just going to have to make it off over this direction. This has landed us pretty much where I wanted to go. I guess that there might be a chance to sprain your ankle anytime you're ascending any hill. I wasn't sprinting. I was just going down the hill. I did feel myself pop off of the mountain a little bit, as though gravity had briefly decided to repair itself from the situation and just go off and do whatever it is gravity does when it's not on duty. And so the rule is right now, in case you're wondering, you don't laugh at the second duty. And so the first duty, you're always supposed to point it out and laugh at it as a YouTuber. The second duty, you ignore. It's too much. That's too much duty for one episode, and so you just ignore it. That is not our duty. The number 3, it's a little bit of an ambiguous zone. The third duty in the episode, you're getting into uncharted territory where I'm not sure if you should go for it or not. Now what we do know is that there's a logging camp over here, and it might be a wise idea for us to loot that while we wait to get better. Our fatigue and our cold are both looking a little bit high. Well, fatigue's okay. Fatigue should be alright, so maybe we'll crash out in the dam as we had done previously. I don't like to do episodes where I have these repeat situations, but we may just have to make it work. I don't know. We could go off over to this little berm over here and take a look over it and see if we see anything over there. I don't hear the sound of wolfy doggy paws running up on me. Normally the sound of doggy paws fill me with joy because doggies are a fun thing when you're in civilized society, but when you're in nature, doggy paws are kind of terrifying. They lose their natural cute association, I suppose. I like paws on animals. I don't know if anybody else has that particular... I wouldn't call it a fetish because it's not sexual, but I would call it like a fascination, I guess, because I like playing with animals' paws. I don't know. It brings me joy in copious quantities, and so I do it all the time. My cats always look at me like, you know where those paws have been right after I do it, and yeah, I try to wash my hands after I do. What's that over there?
Soon.
Somebody had mentioned that there were 2 dams as well. I don't know if that was because I hadn't aired the episode where we went into the dam yet, but I don't know. There might be 2. Our calorie store is looking great. Our thirst and everything's looking alright. Our cold is a little bit high, so we may want to get ourselves inside of some kind of shelter shortly. It's only 11 o'clock though, so I'm not really happy about sleeping at this point. We haven't searched this side of the railroad tracks yet, and so I don't really see any problem in doing so. I do want to have a really, really good feeling for where everything's at on the map. Now, I'm going to go left at this river. This is going to be our point of reference from now on. We know that the railroad tracks and the river are running parallel to one another as of right now. And so I'm going to use these as my point of reference, and I'm going to assume that if I'm walking down the river this way, that the rails are on the same side of me. Hello. And so that deer is running away. It apparently knows something that we don't know. We've got a little bit of a survival situation here. I never like it when things are running away. If you've ever been in that situation in real life where people are running in a particular direction and you are not running with them, it's not good. It does not make you feel good. You get very, very nervous very, very fast. Now, the way that I think this is going to align itself is that we're going to end up going underneath here, and the river's going to go across. And I think the river came up right next to the dam as far as I know, but I'm just verifying a little bit of my positional biases right now. I guess that's what you would say. I've got a bit of a bias right now. Well, I don't have a bias. I guess I would plead ignorance. I'm ignorant of the map right now with regards to what happens after you go up underneath here. I assume that it takes you to the dam, but I don't know. It looks like the bridge is blood spattered. It's just me. The bridge definitely looks like it's blood spattered. It looks like they constructed it as some kind of copper sulfide or something as well. If you don't know, copper likes sulfur. Copper very much likes sulfur, and so most times when you find copper bonded with anything, it's a sulfide. Just by rule of thumb. It's not uncommon to get copper oxides. You can get them, but copper sulfides are way more common just based on the way that things... It's called Bowen's reaction series, and it charts the reaction process. Well, it charts the phase shift in molten objects like stone. Okay, so this actually puts me down the hill. I have no way to actually get back up there, so I have to go back around to the bridge. I don't think that I'm going to be able to brave that hill, unless I can do it from right here. But it's looking a little too steep for me right now. We'll give it a go, though. Yeah, it's not going to work. Let's go ahead. Oh, I just heard my... Is that the... I can't tell the difference between my ankle and the ice crackling. I'm not sure which is crackling, but one of them is crackling, and I don't like it when my body parts crackle. I like it when my chocolate bars crackle. So thank you, Nestle, for the delicious and wonderful crackle bar, although I think I prefer the crunch bar. Actually, does Nestle make crunch? I think Nestle makes crunch. I think Hershey's makes the crackle bar. I think I got it backwards. It's weird how you associate certain candy bars based on the fact that they've just marketed themselves better. If you ever think about that, the crackle bar and the Hershey crackle bar and the Nestle crunch bar are almost fundamentally identical aside from just a basic aftertaste change. At least that's the way that it hits my palate. Did we ever search this guy? Oh, we didn't. Let's search him then. How did I miss this dead body right here? We got a flare. Okay, so he died with some flare. And he also died with some granola on him. Not bad, not bad. Looks like the sun has decided to come out, so we should be getting warmer really, really soon. I think our cold should actually decrease at this point. I'm going to go around and we're going to search this place for the mystery hunting knife that I appear to have not been privy to. I walked right by it, according to some people, so... I don't know. I don't wear my glasses when I record. I don't wear my glasses much anymore because I need to get a new pair. And the pair that I have, the earpiece, has broken. There's a little spring inside one of the earpieces. And so it's not like the earpiece is snapped off. But what's happened is the spring inside the earpiece that holds it to the side of your head has broken off. And unfortunately, There's nothing I can do about that. I disassembled it, and I don't have a small enough spring to be able to repair that. I mean, it's a really, really tiny spring to the extent that it's probably almost counted in millimeters. It's a very, very tiny spring. And so I neither have the tools nor the resources to repair it, and I haven't gone to the optometrist in a while, so unfortunately it's going to be quite the ordeal the next time that I go, because I don't think I've been to the optometrist since I was 19 or 20, and I'm pushing 30 right now. I've been wearing the same pair of glasses for a long time. I make things last, or at least I try to. Let's jump on in the door. And I don't know if deer can spawn in this place. But what I'd like to do is let's take the painkillers right now so that we've already taken care. Oh, the painkillers are going bad. Okay, well, let's eat the painkillers. Sprained ankle healed? Oh, it healed it instantly? I thought you had to rest for the sprained ankle before. Well then. I'm going to take the storm lantern. Let's have a better look this time because I have no kerosene. Let's grab, I know for a fact these over here had kerosene in them. So let's go with that. We're going to refuel it. There we go. And so we're going to drop, where's the kerosene? I think they call it a jerry can. Yeah, so the jerry can has 24.24 liters of kerosene left in it. I'm going to drop that right now. And then what I would prefer to do is let's light this bad boy up, or this bad girl up. And we'll have a look around. People had said that what I had missed was down here. I'm not going to sprint down the stairs because I don't want to sprain my ankle again. I am worried that wolves can spawn in here later on. Every YouTuber I've talked to about this game has said that they got killed at least once by a wolf inside the dam, and I think we just got tremendously lucky in that there was no wolf in the dam, and so there was no damn wolf inside the dam, and so we really didn't have to worry about it. I'm going to have a better look around here, though. People said I missed a knife, and so I'm going to try and locate it. We do have some reclaimed wood down here. They had also mentioned that I could light this fire barrel. I don't know why that it's... I'm not clicking at the moment, and the extinguishing thing is refilling. Let's just have a better look around down here. They had said it was by the walkway with no dead guy is where they had seen it. And so I might end the episode here so that you can all scream at me or something if I don't see it this time. A burned out flare. Okay, so that's our flare from the last time we were here. I don't see anything by this walkway. But I'm going to check everything just to make sure. I'm going to hit every square inch of this place with a light source because the last time we came through here it was very, very dark and it was difficult to see. There was a lot of shadows running around. Nothing over there. Are we cold right now? It seems like we're, 12 degrees Celsius. We're good. We're good. No worries. We are Hakuna Matata right now. We've got people singing in the background. We got fish bouncing off the wall singing that song. My granddad had one of those. My late grandfather had one of those. That was like, he thought that thing was hilarious. I don't know. I just don't know. He thought that. My family has always had a strong appreciation for prop-related humor. And our Thanksgivings and like our family gatherings are a hoot and a holler, both combined in the crafting interface. Did I open that safe right there? Oh hell, I missed a safe, did I? Did I? I don't know. People said that I missed lockers in here too. We're going to double hit it just to make sure, but this is going to be the last thing that we do for the episode, so I'm going to canvas this on screen so that everybody knows that I'm not editing or moving anything around. I do get the occasional accusation from people that are like, you cheated. And I will neither confirm nor deny these allegations. No, I really, really, really do try to adhere to my blind playthroughs, even though people act like I'm stupid all the time when I do blind playthroughs. I do try to adhere to them, because I find them to be more entertaining. And I think some people that are more learning oriented, like they want to learn how to play the game properly, don't like blind playthroughs. But that's how I do things here at the Nerd Castle. I try to play for a couple hours before I do the playthrough so that I know the basics and the controls, and so that I don't run around pressing keyboard keys for hours trying to figure out like how to light a fart or something. But oh, I did miss a hunting knife. There it is. Well, hell, a 95% hunting knife. Alright, well, serves me right. I don't know how I missed that. I must have just, my light source must have been low, and it is sort of the hilt of the knife is kind of the same color as the ground. I'm not sure. I probably was talking or not paying attention. I'm going to run down the stairs now because that's how I live life. I'm going to extinguish the lantern right now and put it away. My hotkeys are not working. That's weird. Okay, now they are. Hell if I know. Let's search everything else right now because people had mentioned that I had missed a lot of stuff in here, and that'll be the final thing that we attempt to accomplish during this episode. I have been enjoying this game a lot. I've been hoping that it'll patch before the series ends so that we can get new content and I can keep playing without having to break off the series. We can do like 30, 40 episodes or something, but I don't know if it's going to work out that way. Obviously, I think I hit that. I did. I missed the safe. Okay, let's check it out. Let's go very, very slowly. It sounds as though the world is ending outside. There's like fire trucks and police officers everywhere. Hopefully there's no shootouts on camera. That would be... It would be more explaining than I would like to do. There it is. So we got tumbler number 1 was around 44. Ah, shit. Okay, so let's go back to 44. Maybe I have to reset it. Hold on. Let's go back by 0. There we go. And all the way back around. There we go. And then the other one was pretty close, so I'm going to go slowly. I know there's an English teacher right there that wanted me to add the lead at the end. And so you know what, English teacher? I'm thinking of you right now. I know you're out in the crowd, and I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of you. Are there any, like, funk-related songs? Like, did Prince do any songs about English teachers? Like, I've been thinking about you, English teacher. Like, I don't know. Ooh, treasure.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Painkillers. Rifle ammunition, good, because we were running low on that, so I'm happy about the rifle ammunition. It's unfortunate that I had to come back here a second time, but no harm, no foul, I guess. Let's take our light source back out. I probably turned that off prematurely. Hey. Aye! Light yourself. There we go. Alright. And so where's the locker that I missed? People had definitely said that I missed some lockers. Maybe I got them, though, in the following episode, because I spent a couple episodes here, so I'm thinking maybe I... Or is there anything over here? No. I just want to make sure that I'm hitting everything, because it seemed like it really irritated people that I forgot stuff. Alright. That's all good. It looks like we hit everything over here. There's no shells on that. Okay. We got the hunting knife, which more than justified the trip over here. More than justified it. If you can get a hunting knife, you should probably make a beeline for that as quickly as possible. Although in my experience, bees do not fly in straight lines. They fly all over the place. So why we name it like that, I don't know. Even the letter B is not straight. It has quite the rounded surface. Well, it's pretty early on in the day, so I'm going to break off the episode right here, and we'll start up the next episode from this point. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for another episode of The Long Dark. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and I'll see you there.